Wealth Nation, let's talk about the elephant in the room, please, which is uncertainty, because there's a lot going on between inflation and recession threats and banks closing and the government shutting everything down and AI replacing jobs faster than you can say chatbot. It's a little scary out there.
Yeah, especially after watching the news, you kind of feel like your money isn't safe anywhere. But you're not the only one. There's a ton of people that feel the exact same way, because when you think of traditional banking,
is unstable.
The stock market,
it's a roller coaster.
Real estate
is too expensive for most people.
So what are the wealthy doing, and how are they making intelligent financial decisions with their money without having to take on risk?
Now, with all that said, this is where whole life insurance comes in, but not the way you've heard before.
So today we are going to break down how the wealthy are using life insurance, not just as a wealth building tool, because that's what we've talked about, right? We have 400 videos talking about the wealth building tool. Let's talk about how to use whole life insurance as a protection strategy against all of the financial chaos that's happening right now.
Now, we said all that to kind of set the stage for just a little reality check. And the fact is, your money isn't safe where you think it is. Because let's be real. Where is your money right now?
So let's talk about all the options that might be available to you today. The first one is your money in a bank? And let's think about how banks can shut down overnight or even have your withdrawals frozen. That can be a really uncomfortable situation to be in.
Yeah, and moving on from the banks, let's think about like the stock market. Like, good luck predicting what's going to happen with the market when you got these tech layoffs and you got inflation spikes. There's a lot going on in the market that we have to take into consideration as we choose where we put our money or where we store our money.
Totally. And the next option for me is obviously real estate, because we invest in real estate. Mm-hmm. And when you think about mortgages, I mean, the rates are through the roof right now, and good deals are just hard to come by, it seems like.
The point we're trying to make here with all this is the fact that traditional places to store your wealth are more vulnerable than ever. So where do the wealthy keep their money safe?
So let's talk about why using life insurance is the ultimate financial vault, like we like to call it. So when you think about using life insurance designed for high cash value, that is essentially what you're going to consider your own financial vault. And it's not tied to the stock market, it's not controlled by the banks, and it's completely protected from economic crashes.
So here's why it's different for every other money storage out there.
Number one, the very first point that you need to understand is it is 100% private. It's outside of the banking system. So what does that mean to you? Unlike having a bank account, your cash value is not reported to the credit agencies, and it's not subjected to withdrawal limits, and it can't be frozen. You control it, not the government and not the banks.
Here is the second thing, is the fact that it grows tax-free no matter what's happening in the market, i.e. stock market. Mm-hmm. So even if the stock market tanks or inflation skyrockets, your cash value keeps growing guaranteed. No losses and no surprises.
And the third point is you can access your money at any time without penalty, which is a huge convenience for me, in my opinion. There's no early withdrawal fees like you have with some other financial products. There's no credit checks. There's no waiting. And when you need money, you can have access to it anytime without begging for money.
All right, now that you know why high cash value is the ultimate vault, let's talk about how to actually use it to create financial freedom.
We interrupt this regular scheduled program to bring you an important message.
Are you struggling to build wealth and feeling stuck in the paycheck to paycheck cycle?
Listen, financial freedom isn't just for the rich. It's about anyone who knows how to play the money game the right way.
And that's exactly why we teach our program called Financial Freedom for Your Whole Life, which is a step-by-step system so that you can start taking control of your money, creating cash, and stop depending on the banks.
So if you're ready to break free and start building real wealth, click on the link and join us today.
Back to our regular scheduled program. So here's the first point in how you can start using this for financial freedom. So here's the very first reason why I really love using whole life insurance. And the reason being is because I can use it for my own emergency fund. Because let's face it, most people typically put their money in a savings account and they use that for their emergency fund. And you're really not going to get much interest back in that account. But when you use a high cash value life insurance policy like whole life, for example, you can keep your emergency fund growing while still having instant access.
Right. Now, I like the idea about the emergency fund. Another way is when we talk about making money. And, you know, a lot of people, we like to store our money into real estate.
Yeah.
But let's think about it a different way. What about real estate investing without the banks? So instead of getting a high interest mortgage or a hard money loan, you can actually borrow from your life insurance company to fund real estate deals on your own terms. And you're not subject to what the banks say that you need or the hard money loan.
Another opportunity for freedom. The third thing that I really love is being a business owner. I never have to imagine begging a bank for a loan again. I can fund my own business endeavors using my own system, and I can control the cash flow.
Right. And the fourth thing that I like is the inflation-proof retirement. Forget 401ks that gets taxed like crazy in retirement. Your cash value grows tax-free. And when you borrow against it, you can use it tax-free in retirement. Traditional 401ks, you get taxed at the end. When you leverage your life insurance policy, you don't have to worry about those taxes.
Now, this all sounds like a lot of gravy. So for the pessimists out there who are thinking this thing doesn't work or what are the biggest mistakes, let's address that now, right?
A lot of gravy.
So what I want to first and foremost say is that where people can get tripped up with the system is they can think that they can use any life insurance product to satisfy this process. And that's just not the case. The only way that we have found that this really works in your favor is when you use a whole life insurance policy. And we've been doing this for almost a decade now. We've seen people use so many different products and remix things however they can. But at the end of the day, when we're talking about longevity, this really is only successful with whole life insurance.
Yeah. And a lot of people, they have issue with the traditional whole life insurance policy because it takes a long time before you can actually build real cash in it. So what you have to think about is we are able to design policies where there's cash available in the first year.
And that's a huge thing that you need to understand is you need to align yourself with individuals, with life insurance agents who know how to design policies to meet your specific needs. And we can help you with that.
Right. Now, with all that said, let's take control of our financial future. Because when we think about, the market, when we think about inflation, when we think about layoffs, those are things that can affect us.
Yep.
We need to be thinking about how we can protect ourselves and be in control of our own destiny.
How we can be proactive.
In times like these, you can't afford to leave your money at risk. The wealthy aren't. And what they're doing is they're using whole life insurance to protect and multiply their money. Yeah,
and to that point, I think it's important that we address is sometimes we start working one particular system and we think that, okay, this is going to be the best thing possible and we just put it on autopilot. Well, the thing about your financial journey is it's never on autopilot. It's constantly evolving and changing, and we have to make sure that we're educating ourselves so that we can make sure we have the proper tools in place to safeguard us from whatever is happening in the world. So if you are ready to take control of your financial future and start using your money in intelligent ways to get ahead, then definitely check out our program, Financial Freedom for Your Whole Life.
Right. And Carmen mentioned tools as plural. You're not just limited to one thing. And what we do in our Financial Freedom for Your Whole Life, we break this down step by step so you can start protecting and growing your money right now.
So go ahead and hit the like button on this video and subscribe to our channel and let us know in the comments below, what is your biggest financial concern that's happening in the world? Right. Let's talk about it.
And check out our next video.
And remember to own your own lifestyle.
Or someone else will.